Guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2, which is actually the final Australian episode that we will be doing. It's sad to see it go, but I've pretty much done everything. I've connected every single city except one, and that is Lavon, which is what we're going to be connecting in today's episode. Now, before we do get into it, boys, I just want to say right now, a lot of you guys have been wanting the map and the save game, so if you check out in the description down below, if I remember to do it, which I'm hoping I have, you should see two links, one for this save game and one for the map. So if you want to play the save game, you can, or if you want to do this challenge and create your very own company with the same parameters and same stuff that I did at this one, then I've also added the map as well, and it's all going to point you to the Steam Workshop. Take it, enjoy it, have some fun with it, guys. And if you do anything with it, make sure you link it to me, because I would love to check it all out. But every city's connected. Every city gets their goods except one, and that is Lavon. And we recently built our very own headquarters in here as well, so I think it's time we do get it connected. Now, before we get into it, guys, if you have enjoyed this episode and you have enjoyed the series up to this point, please make sure you smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new around here so you get notified when more episodes do come out. And, yeah, guys, it's been emotional. But when one series ends, a new one does begin, so get excited for what is about to come out very, very soon. Now, last episode, we really helped Perth with the growth. So much, it's now 2,130 in terms of residents. Ridiculous, and it still wants to go a little bit bigger, and it's just grown even more right now. Now, I don't know whether that's pulled it to the biggest town in the game right now, has it? Size? It has still not actually, what is the size based off? Is it not based off residents? Apparently it's the same size as Melbourne. Now that's kind of crazy because Melbourne's been destroying it for all this time. I think Perth might finally take over. Is a lot of people waiting there right now? Nah, it just seems like there's a lot. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on Perth right now. It might become the biggest town in the game. Now, right, stop with the jibber jabber Seniac. It's time to do some sweet expansions. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to finally connect up the last town in the game. I'm not sure how I'm going to connect it up via passengers just yet, but we also need to bring in goods and we need to bring in fuel. Now, luckily for us, there is a fuel plant right here and one there as well, but we'll most likely take it from this one to bring the goods all in. And then for goods, we have a goods factory over here, which there is a lot of goods on this platform by the looks of it. That icon is really, really big. It's Esperance. For some reason, there's a big, huge amount of demand right now for Esperance. And where they going on the Esperance line, they are... Hold on. Wait, when? What's going on here, boys? Esperance, where's your line? You're going all the way down to here. Apparently, right, you're busy and you want more goods. I could up the numbers. I could really up the numbers, couldn't I? Let me manage the train. Edit this. Add some additional cargoes, carriages to it. Right, I'm going to add an extra 80 capacity to the train. That should be glorious for it. Yeah, so we can bring the goods from over there. Or the other idea is there is a good factory down here. Now, this one struggles for getting plastics. It kind of runs out pretty quick. And because of that, I actually have, between episodes, built this line that connects all the way up and over. Because what I did is I shortcut the route. Hold on, why is there two trains here? Do I have two trains in this line? Sedona plastic, Sedona plastic. I do! Okay. That makes sense. Why do I have two trains? I have no idea right now, but the fact that I have two trains does mean they have to wait for one another to get down here. I kind of need to set it up where they don't need to wait. Right, this has completely sidetracked me. I don't know why I've built it like this, and I feel quite embarrassed that you guys are now seeing this. Let me build a second track. Right. Oh, game. Don't glitch on me, game. Don't glitch on me right now. Right. This is a bit awkward. It's one of those awkward moments where I wish you guys never seen this right now. But we'll do this, and then we'll officially get... Right. I'm not going to build a second line or a second station, whatever. I'll build it to there. We'll put a signal here. That signal's on the wrong side. There we go. You go there. And then we'll kind of come all the way back up to here. Quickly pause and delete this connection. Right, I'm very embarrassed that you have to see that, guys, okay? I'm very embarrassed right now. But let's just move on from it. We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to talk about it now. The line should split onto 2 sections, which it does. And then back into play mode and let them do what they've got to do. That may be one of the reasons why the plastic's not getting delivered as often, because the train fully has to wait for the other train to complete what it's doing. So hopefully, we're now rocking and rolling. Okay? Hopefully we're now rocking and rolling. And then we're going to have no issues, boys. No issues. That's all I can hope for. That is legit all I can hope for. Right, so let's now start thinking about Lavon. Okay, I'm not going to bring the goods. Okay, the answer to the question is no, I'm not going to bring the goods from over here. We're going to bring them from over there. So the cargo of the goods and the fuel, easy enough to get done. But it's how we bring the people here and how we connect them to the area. So in terms of towns around, Alice Springs is all the way over here. We've got Geraldton and Purple down here. We got Esperance and Seduna over there, and in the north, we got all these places up here, which are a little bit far out the way. Now, I could do a really simple connection where a train station just extends and stops there, and that will solve it all. Or I could do something a little bit more fancier, and it will aid more growth elsewhere, which will be a lot more work, but it should be pretty fun and a nice way to end the series. And that is, right, by building an airport here. Right, bear with me. Because the airport will serve Esperance and Seduna's ends lines to kind of stagger here, airport there, and a train line up to Lavon. Like how I've done over here. Like how I've done, wait for it, over here. And so on and so on. You know how I've done these, boys. I think that would be the cherry on top, wouldn't it? I think it really would. But to do that is a lot of a bigger task than you would think. So let me actually get right now a passenger airport, a big boy passenger airport, might I add. And I'm going to place it random. It's just going to be randomly dropped here. Okay. Is that the best way to do it? Random? A random dropping? Maybe not a random dropping, but I'm going to put it just there. Right, I've spoken. It's going there. Now let me configure this to make it the biggest size it needs to be. There we go. There we go. Passenger terminals. Now, I'm going to put these passenger terminals and a main building on both sides. I don't normally do this, but this will allow me to utilize both sides of the airport. Okay. Right, I don't know why I've done so many buildings, but just go with it, okay, guys? Just go with it right now. There we go. There we go. There we go. So let's sort out a road connection. So let me turn all this off so I don't have any ownership of it. And let me drag this all the way across there, because we're going to try and add train stations to it. I'm not quite sure how it's going to play out, but bring this out. Now, how far can I run this? Okay, I can run this down all the way, which is perfect. Down to here. Now, I'll explain why I've done this U-shape here in just a memento. What I'm going to do next is go to train tracks and go to passenger. Double train tracks. Super long, high speed. I pressed the wrong button. And I'm going to place it just here. Right? I'm also going to place a train station. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button. What's going on, boys? What's going on with me right now? I'm also going to place one just here. And another one just here. So I've got this cool idea in my head right now, which obviously makes no sense. But the airport... Does it connect? Is that close enough to connect to this? I don't think it is. We might need to kind of configure this one just a little bit more. Oh, I don't want elevated. I want normal passenger buildings, please. Is that getting connected to the road? I can't tell. I can't tell if that's being connected to the road or not. Okay, what I'll do, I'll have to redo the roads. But put you there, and then obviously put you there. Right, that one there is enough to connect, but they got to walk out there because this section here doesn't get classed as being connected. So to there, and bam, down. So like I said, that now connects to the airport, and it should. Okay, it doesn't connect to the other train stations. I've always got to add the connections onto these. So that there, yes, now connects to that one. Right, I got there in the end, apart from this one. I didn't get there on this one. Right, get rid of you. Raise you up slightly. In. And back out. Right, they're now all connected. So no matter where you go, airport or train station, you can get to all the other connections. Now you may be thinking, what is going on here, Seniac? Well, this will make sense. This will truly and utterly make sense. But to do it, I've got to cause a lot of destruction. So we have the train line for, is this Esperance? Yes, come into here. But unfortunately for us, it stops here as a dead end, okay? Now, the train station is technically set up to be a bypassing route, but I think we have since extended it with the cargo side, and that has now since slightly messed us up. So it might be a good idea to run the cargo on this side completely separate. So if I just get rid of you to here for just a hot min, delete you for just a hot min again. I need to place that connection back in, so I might just do it there. So this is still connected to that industry, which is all good. And we'll have to make the cargo beyond. Oh, I can't. It's gonna be really difficult. It is gonna be really difficult. But I've got to bend this out and bend with it. And I wonder if I can crisscross like that. Perfect. So we've lost a little bit of the distance of the length, and I don't think adding in the additional platforms here would help us because it's already past where the train can stop. So we've really limited what Alice Springs Planks section system here can do. But I reckon if I add in a third train, it might make the deliveries a little bit more frequent. That will get away with it. So that's going to come to here. And then we need to do one coming down this way, which I'm hoping, we might be able to make it go as a tunnel. Okay, that's pretty exciting. Right, that's pretty exciting. Going this way. Again, we'll come back to it. And then obviously here, what's the better option? Running through like this. So we'll sort all the connections to the cities out a little bit later. But basically, I'm going to be creating a triangle route this way. Okay. So if I run this to here, I'm going to create a triangle route. So we're only going to have one train line. To be honest with you, I don't know if we need one train line. We most likely do. Or I can have... No, I need one additional train line is what I'm saying. Okay, one additional train line. So I can either create triangle connections or I can keep it simple like this. Where that line comes in here and ends there. They all get out, but then they've all got to walk, which doesn't really make much sense for us. You know what I mean? And we want to be able to kind of bypass to go in the direction that we want to go in. So something like this becomes a lot more difficult. So if I bent this round to here and took the snap and bent with it, I would also then require this to do the same thing. But you completely lose out the crissy-crossies on these lines. So the crissy-crossies will have to happen in awkward moments. But as long as we set up the, whatchamacallits, signals, we should get away with it. So I'm thinking about doing this a different way. Right, there we go. A different way to normal. So rather than having the lines extend, I can have one new line that does everything. You know what I mean? Now, if it's doing that, it'll come down this way, and that way. You then technically don't need this. If I do it the way that I'm now thinking, my new way. But we're going to keep the crissy crossies there. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. And then if I bend you up to here, bend you into there. If I then take a run off here into there. I run off into there. Now, for these being so far away, I probably will do the crisscrosses here. So we're going to flip on its head. We're going to do something that we've never done before when it comes to these airports. We're going to have a separate individual line that is focused for this. Now, I did something very similar near Bamaga, my most recent airport that I implemented. But other than that, that was pretty much it. So if I run you to now here, to there, which will then cause this to bend in. And I could do the crisscrosses here, or I could just kind of make them have one crisscross. I just don't know how busy this is going to be, where having a crisscross there is probably not the greatest of ideas. Right, that allows us to kind of connect then. And if you're still confused with what is actually now happening, all will make sense. Right, I don't want to it to kind of go like that. So I'm going to bring you to here. And then run this all the way down. And we've got the crisscross there. So that is now connected. Right, I can go back to play mode right now because this doesn't affect anything else. I've then got to find a way to connect this into Seduna. The problem with Seduna is it is an end route. So I've got an option where I could maybe not edit this or add anything to it. But in return, what I could do is build a separate elevated line. Because we've done something similar to that in Port Lincoln, where the elevated line goes at the top, and we're going to kind of do the same here. Now, I don't really know how this is going to look or how it's going to work, and it will cause a little bit of chaos with the city in general, because at the end of the day, I don't really want to destroy too many buildings. So if I set the height a little bit higher, let's make it not as long, and if I bring it, if I brought it to here, right, destroy a building or two, that's fine. Configure this. And where's the elevated passenger buildings? You're connected. You're connected. So are you. Leave it like that. Does this now connect to the... It does. So they do touch. It's only a short walk that I've got to do. And I might destroy a few more buildings. I kind of forgot that's how I set it up here in Seduna. Now, that's going to go through. It's going to destroy a few buildings, but like I said, they will eventually grow back in better positions. So that's all done to there. We'll sort out a crisscross, and we'll do it a little bit further away because the platforms aren't as long. I don't know how long the trains are going to be or need to be. So apparently we got a bridge pillar issue. Is it here? How about if I don't do a bridge? No, they don't like that idea. Okay, let's keep it simple. There we go. There we go. So that solves all of that. I know this looks quite complex, but it is quite simple. Now, the only issue I'm going to have right now is here. Now, I am going to treat this as an end station. So it also needs to kind of combine a bit of cargo. So if I make it super long, spin it right round, and get it situated perfectly just, hopefully here. And then I'm going to add on to this, right? We're going to add on to it. So tracks, we're going to add you going down this one side. And I only need a platform. Okay, that messed up. I only need a platform there. We will need a few buildings, so I don't know whether to kind of squeeze out passenger building. Not passenger, the miscellaneous side where it's the little ramps for the road connection on that one side. I want to see if these little road connections here are worth it. Because it'll make it spread. Yes, these are totally worth it. Totally worth it right now. What's the issue here? Are we too low? There we go. Kind of slightly grow the city. Preempt the growth. That's low, isn't it? Try and make this go down with it. So any buildings that we do connect to it. Connect to it. Alright, we'll add one there. How far can I take these before you lose the connection? We'll go there to play safe. So it kind of gives us a little bit of a wider radius if the town chooses to grow further than where it's kind of going to currently grow. Now we're smoothing this off real quick. There we go. Push it back slightly. And let them work their magic when it comes to continuing. But it just gives me the ability to have a... I mean, we're going to bring the cargo line completely separate from the main line. Because the cargo line is going to snap into this. Right? So if I get this to run and connect into there... then I'm going to run this completely separate from there to here. So this might be the only town where it has a separate cargo line to passenger line coming in. And then this just needs to run up to there. Now, any bridges? Okay, throws a tunnel in, which is completely fine by me. Bring you out to there. Crisscross, applesauce. And then this is it, boys. This is it. All we then have to do is create the lines. Oh. So, it'll probably take a little bit longer for the plane to get up and running. So why don't I create the plane routes to begin with? So we've got a new route from here, which will fly to there. It's only a short distance on that one. Another one from there to here. Another one from here to... where's the airport? Just here. And another new one from here all the way down. So 4 plane lines in total. So this is Seduna Airport. So if I call it Seduna to wherever it may be. This one's going to Carnarvon. Easy enough. This one is Mildura. And this one is Grafton. And this final one is Mount Isa. Right. The plane lines are all in. And I'll buy 1 plane for each one. But as of right now, it doesn't make any sense. We'll buy an A... Is it an A320? Is that what it is? Yes. It doesn't make any sense because we don't have the trains coming here just yet, but it's just easier for me to get these up and running. So, Ceduna Carnarvon. Ceduna Grafton. Ceduna Mildura. And Ceduna Mount Isa. Alright, those lines are now set up and the planes will do their magic. We've got a lot of terraforming we've still got to plan out here. I really do get sucked in with the terraforming. I get sucked in so easy. But let's sort the train line out. So, normally, I would extend it. And I could. I could extend Esperance to here. Ceduna to here, and then just do a separate new line there. But I'm not going to do that. We're going to do something a bit different. We'll create a new line. And we'll go from Esperance to the airport to then Ceduna. And on the way back to the airport, we'll use this stop, right? Which then leads up to Laverton. And on the way back down from Lamberton to Esperance, it stops here. So it stops at the airport 3 times on this triangle journey that it undertakes. Pretty cool, right? And we'll try and make it where each stop oh, okay, one of those. Is it the Laverton Annex? Which one's that? It's number 3 that it can't do, isn't it? Yeah. Right, boom, 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 boom. Utilizing all the sides just to make life just a little bit easier for us. Now, where's the easiest place to pull a train out? That's a road depot. It would be here, right? Yeah. So if I go to buy a vehicle and we go for the multi-unit electric, obviously the one that carries the most amount of passengers, which would be you, I might buy 2 of them. And put that what would be considered my line 1, right? Yes. And we're now connected there. So we've got to give that time for it to now work, right? And in the meantime, we're going to create the cargo lines. So very quick and simple and easy one is a line from here to there. That is ridiculously close, okay? So close, it probably is a better idea to use vehicles. Like, you know. Is this Ceduna? No, it's Laverton. Like trucks. Laverton fuel. Okay. We've got that created. Utilize both platforms, but you can't do it in that one. And most importantly, I need to set up signals. Otherwise, this would not work. And then I'll also set up then. So we're going to bring it from over here. To there. This is our Laverton goods. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So let's buy 2 trains for this then. So we'll go diesel. Just because of the distance on the fuel train. 60 capacity. I can't see that making us much money, but it will slowly grow Laverton anyway. So Laverton fuel. And then for the goods train, I'll make it a 120 capacity. And then Laverton goods. So everything that I need to do right now is ultimately done, minus maybe a bus route in Laverton. Maybe minus that. Right, has this plane come back? Has it already come back? Wherever that went right now was a very, very short journey. Very, very short journey. So we got to wait for the trains to make their way down this way. Line 1, which I'm going to call it the... let's rename it to the... what do I call it? I'm going to call it the Laverton Loop. That's what I'll call it, boys. That's what I'll call it right now. And then that can do its thing. Is this one of the first trains coming down for the Laverton Loop? It is. It is. There is a few people at the train station already in Laverton, which is exciting. And Ceduna over here. There is a couple of people waiting. So Laverton right now is going to go for a huge growth expansion. It's already got the up arrow. It's plateaued for so long. Few things got deleted when I built the train station. But now it's going to go through the roof with all of its connections. So we're just playing the waiting game. Laverton fuel, there's already 4 waiting. Alice Springs fuel right now. How does this do? I reckon we should add an additional train. Or manage these trains to carry a bit more. And I'll add a 3rd one. Why not? Why not, boys? Why not? Right. A lot of stuff now thrown in. So here's the first train. It's got no one on board, but that's okay. It will take time for us to see people get over here. That's all connected still. Do we have no buildings on this one side? I don't think we do we? Right, that now gives me a connection to those buildings on that side of the city, which should allow it to now grow a bit more. Interesting. So, for the airport to work, you got to rely on the trains. That's what we've got to do. That's what we've got to do. But we've got to wait for the trains to make it in. Is this the other Laverton Loop one? It is. That's the second one. Now, we set those up before any of the cargo trains. And they're coming from over here, so... Oh, no, they haven't even made their way out of here yet. Right, okay. I have to pull a couple of extra trains out of this right now. We are in fast forward mode. Yeah. But this is what fast forward mode is considered at this point. Now that's the Esperance Good line. That does make money. We have 1 train on it. We have recently upgraded that though. So there goes, that's the fuel train, isn't it? Yes. We've also got the Laverton Goods and the Alice Springs fuel. Oh yeah, because we added a 2nd train on that, didn't we? Alright, I might add another set of signals here. To kind of help us out. And they're now all coming out. Very slowly. Very slowly. But once it's up and running, we're all good. Right, so... Planes are coming back. There's a train here leaving Seduna right now with 13 people on board. This is the first time it's picking up passengers. And there's the 2nd Laverton Loop train coming in right now with nobody on board. Which is a shame because now there's 25 people waiting for the Laverton Loop. That's kind of funny. That is kind of funny. But it will be interesting to see whether they stop at the airport or whether they're destined to go to other towns. It will be interesting. But the trains are doing their thing. The planes are flying in. Nobody on board that one. 2 people on board this one, believe it or not. This is from Carnival. Shouldn't make much money, this. With 2 people. 187,000. It's a long way before the finances do get increased. But I'd like to see how many people are getting off here. Oh, the Mildura plane's got 2 people on as well. Does it make much? Oh, good chunk of change. But again, you got to give it time. Now, once it gets to Laverton, there is 70 people waiting to board the train. Now the numbers are starting to increase. But like I said before, it's gonna take some time. Still waiting for a train here to get out of here. This is the Alice Springs one. I don't know whether it would be worthwhile creating some more bypassing routes here, there, and everywhere. I'm not too sure. But it's slowly happening. It's slowly happening. So yeah, people did get off here. So they'll now go to the airport. Planes will be taking off. And this is just something that's going to take time. Is this going to take time to get to its full potential? But we're done. We are done, boys. We have everything all now connected. It's just waiting for those connections. All right, train coming up right now with 2 people on board. About to then leave with 76 people on board. Maybe even more by the time it's all done and dusted. For the first time ever, citizens of Lavon are going to be able to leave their town. So picking the people up. 78 people on board. And this is where the big money could be made. Now, has the fuel train made its way here yet? I think that's it there, right? The Lavon fuel. That's almost here. That is almost here. Where the first bit of cargo in the form of fuel will be delivered to Lavon. And oh, there's actually somebody at the train station here ready to be... oh, and someone waiting at the airport as well. So I want to know how many people are getting off. I want to know how much money this is going to make from just dropping off here, which it's less than 50% full. And is less than 50% full. So we know there's still plenty of money to be made. Once all the crisscrosses, the 2 end routes of Seduna and Esperance are in full force transporting passengers, you should see some big differences happening around the airport and the train stations. Now, where is this train? Oh, it's right here. It's right here. Okay, it's coming in. It's coming in hot and heavy. It's coming in hot and heavy, boys. What do we get for it? 1 million. That's not actually that bad. Still miles away from the outgoings that we're currently spending right now, of course. But this is just something that will keep consistently making more and more money as more and more time goes on. Worst case scenario, we reduce it back down to 1 train, but there's another 70-odd people, over 80 by the time the train gets there. That's going to be good to go. And as the fuel train made its way in, is this it here, the Lavon fuel? It is. Such a short journey, but regular drop-offs. Now, the charts on this are going to go mental. We were at 81 in terms of city size before I slightly destroyed it and rebuilt it. And it wants to go to 255, sorry. That's going to, wow, that's going to triple in size. It wants to triple in size right now before anything's been, you know, done. You know what I mean? Crazy, right? Crazy. But here comes our first bit of cargo. They will love it. I wonder if anyone would suck it up straight away. Oh, they're already expanding. You see the road expanding the building just there? Will anybody take this and build it instantly? 600,000 we just made. That's good cash. Will we see any growth straight away? Oh, there's another train coming in. Look at that, boys. They built straight here. 7 on board. A few pennies right now. And off it goes again. Again, you got to wait for it to be in full force. And, the plane's got to bring a lot of people in as well. Oh, this is good. Look how many people are at the airport. Everybody wants to go to Carnarvon. 22 over here. It's getting busy, boys. It's slowly getting busy. Taking 114 now back. That's great. I wonder if they're being dropped off at the airport, though. Now, this will have a knock-on effect for all the lines around us as well. They should keep making big stonks. There's the Lavon fuel train. Oh, did the goods train go in? Oh, okay. It has gone in, but it's chose to go here before going to pick up the goods. Right. Okay. So now it's going to go back and pick up the goods for the first time ever. I gotcha. This town's going to go for a rapid expansion. It really is. Right, here comes that train with 114 people on board. And what's this saying? How many people get off is the question. So do you know what? Not that many. So it shows that a lot of them are wanting to go to Seduna. So you'll get a fair few amount of people walking out of here now. But not as many as I was assuming. You can see him slowly walking. There's a few people making their way down. Not as many as I was expecting, to be honest with you, boys. Now, these planes can hold 37. The Carnival one right now, 25. That's almost it's not far off being a full plane's load. That just made some good cash. Still a long way from make money, but, we're only 12 away from maxing out that plane. That's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. Another plane coming back with 6 people on board. Another plane on the way down right now with 5 people on. Small increments and improvements, but we are definitely getting somewhere. We are definitely getting somewhere. So more city growth. It's skyrocketing right now, this growth. Slow but surely, but it's going to the moon. There's 2 buildings at once here being built. That one just got built, and so did this one. They can't get enough of it. They cannot get enough of it. A few people waiting at the train stations. And has this train made it to the platform yet? Yes. 43 people on the way back. Wow, look at the stonks right now. So the expenses are 7.24. We've made 7.17 so far. So that's definitely going to turn a profit. That's only that train, not the whole line. That's just the train. Now that second train's starting to pick up quite a few people, so that should also make some stonks. But now it's getting somewhere. It's a slow process. It's a slow burner, as they say. A slow burner. Now, what do you reckon about the cargo? Are you the train? Geraldton Plastics. Esperance Goods. Lavon Goods. There we go. There's a lot of stuff they have to kind of navigate to get where we want them to get. Which can be a little bit annoying. I could always make it set where they kind of bypass this little corner there. But does it really save that much time? I'm not too sure if it does or not. But how many goods are waiting for here for Laverton? So there's 17 waiting for the first journey. That's pretty good. That is pretty good for its first journey. Now, has Perth grown even more? Is it the number? Yes, it's now the #1 city size. So they were both stuck on 2120. Melbourne's grown a little bit more by 5. But Perth has grown by 44. It's amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. So good. So good right now. So good. So, it's all done. Give it time, and it will eventually grow, which is beautiful. But before we say goodbye, though, I think we take a look and see how we're doing as a company. Now, this current year in income looks really healthy. If I go through the charts right now, wow, we've had some big income recently. This year is not fully ended, so it'll be interesting to see where it can go, but we've had highs of our previous year at 2.34 billion. Could we match it? Could we beat it on this current year? There's only 20 days left in this year. I'm not quite sure if we can be able to beat it or not. But that's not far off being $1 billion in profit on the year. I don't think we'll get that far. We need some big trains to kind of make their mark. But let's wait for this year to fully end. It's almost done. I'm not quite sure if we can get that chart even higher. Like I said, you need a big... There we go. So it's ended on that month. 2.26 billion income. 2.34 billion in income. And on that previous year, look at them last 2 years. 2188, nearly 900 million in profit from that 2 billion in income. Crazy, right? And we made a loss on air for the first time, but that's only because we've added those new 4 plane lines. So I have to wait for those to kind of make money. This is my headquarters score right now. I'm not sure what kind of determines it. I'm really not sure what determines it. City sizes. You can see that Perth is the biggest one. You see all the city growths now going on. Who's got the biggest growth? Mildura has the biggest growth. Which surprises me because it doesn't want to grow any more than what it's currently doing. I suppose I need to feed it a bit more. But other than that, that's what it is. Now the Mildura truck, there's only one truck here. So I don't know whether to kind of replace this with a slightly bigger truck like you, which does all cargo, and then add a second one in so we can just completely suck up the cargo. Where's the vehicle? Where's the road coming from? The vehicle thing. I'm not entirely sure, but that will up the numbers of what gets delivered from this. I can't add another cargo platform on it, can I? Just gives a little bit more leeway so we don't lose as many products. But it's dropping off just here. Does this make money, by the way? It does. It actually does pretty well. So where's the second vehicle coming from? Mildura food. Oh my goodness me. Those vehicles are so old. I'm trying to work out where the vehicle's coming from. Ah, over here. It's okay. Now it's on the way. Now it's on the way. But that should pick up a load more goods, especially that second one as well. Okay, that's pretty cool. So the smallest city is Lavon. Cairns is not far behind it. Now this is a place that is fairly small in general. You can see it right now, but they've seemed to expanded all the way up here. Now, that's annoying for many reasons. One of them is the fact that they can't reach this. So, is there a way in which I can do something here? That's a crazy height differential, isn't it? That is a crazy height differential. It's almost like I've got to go all the way down here to come out. To go all the way. Oh, there we go. That works. So it will at least bring people or give them the ability to now drive down there. But that's crazy. Will any of these guys use it? Yes. So that could aid more city growth for those guys. But Lavon shouldn't be far behind him. It shouldn't take him too long to obviously overtake. Those numbers are definitely climbing. The charts are getting even bigger and we're not far off. Do you know what? We've doubled in size already. We have doubled in size already. Now the Lavon loop in terms of finances will eventually get to the point where it will be making money. It's not far off. That's the third year, if you want to count that as the third year, should do it. There's trains on the way down right now. That's got 34 on board. That's got 133. That'll make enough money on the next stop to make it viable. So we're all okay there. We are all okay. But it'll be a while before these plane lines make money. Okay, that one made money. That's good. Carnarvon, not far. Actually made money on that year. Okay, the plane lines are starting to make a bit of cash. That's good to know. That's real good to know right now. Keep it up, boys. Keep it up. Which only brings more passengers to the airplanes. So this Lavon loop right now. Nice little chunk of cash coming back in again. It shouldn't be too far once it does these big drops. So, there we go. We have made a considerable amount of money. Perth is now the biggest town in the game. And if you like the map with just the industries, nothing built, that will be in the description down below, as well as this save game, so you get the best of both worlds, boys. You want to play with the save game, or if you want to start your own version of it on this map, again, all links down below in the description. But until next time, boys, whatever it may be, I shall see you very, very soon. But Lavon is now growing very beautifully. Until next time, I'll see you all soon. So goodbye.